Hey,
Hello.
are we live? Okay. Totally my fault, completely. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Live on Lighten Up Media. Apparently, while we were gone in Sedona, my chickens somehow pulled apart my headphones, so I'm going to go tape them. I've been staring at my beautiful friends here without being able to hear or say anything. But yeah, we have Nici here who is going to bring us up to date on all the crazy that's happening in the sky right now. All the cool new moon for all this shit hasn't happened in 20 years kind of thing. And then we're going to do readings. Victoria has joined us this week. We're going to do readings and talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So I'll be back. Love you. Take it away, y'all.
Hey, everybody. I better put on the GOG so I can see the chat. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, we need one person with eyes on the chat. Otherwise, you're just going to see a face like this.
I know. Be mine. I'm sorry, y'all. I look a little bit crazy, but that's okay. It happens.
It does. Sometimes it just does.
Sometimes it just does. Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. So what has been going on astrology-wise this week? Because I don't know about you guys, but yesterday was just wonky. But, like, not just, like, normal wonky, like, as extra special brand of just, like, wonkalicious that I did not love and I did not remember subscribing for.
I feel like the energy has been so intense this year, like literally the whole year. And we kind of expected it, I feel like, because we had all the talk about the fire horse and all the planets moving into into Aries, the sign of Aries, which is fire. It's a cardinal sign, so it likes to get things started. But it feels like we talked about, like, back when we first talked about the fire horse, which I don't know, it's probably been a couple months now when we talked about it here. And we were talking about trying to plant seeds and, think about what we wanted to grow for this next cycle. And I was I don't know, I was hoping for like a little bit more of an ease into it, I guess, but it hasn't felt that way. I can't believe we're already in May. It's like the year is just zooming by and I can't keep up. But tomorrow we're going to have a beautiful new moon in Taurus, which is, I know they're excited about the new moon too. And the new moon is when the sun and the moon are close together with each other in the sky. The opposite of a full moon, which is when they're totally opposite of each other. So the moon and the sun are all snuggled up in Taurus. And I think Taurus is just such a lovely sign. It's an earth sign, super fertile. So, the zodiac starts with Aries, and it's like that cardinal spark, the fire that's getting things started, that's planting the seeds. And then Taurus is a feminine earth sign. And when I say feminine, I don't mean like, masculine, female, I'm a girl kind of thing. I mean feminine, it's more inward, like more introspective as opposed to pushing things out like Aries, which is a masculine sign. Taurus is about like kind of taking it in, planting those seeds and recognizing that things take time to grow, so what you plant now doesn't just like sprout up and have beautiful flowers tomorrow. It takes a little bit of time and nurturing and patience. And Taurus is all about that. Oh, and Tiger Paul has a Taurus moon. So does my husband. And I think it's just so lovely, the Taurus moon. It has this stability, like this groundedness that we really need right now, with all of this Aries energy that we have going on. But besides just having like this Taurus new moon, we've also got Mercury coming into the mix. So Mercury is all about our communication. It's going to be hanging out there with the sun and the moon in Taurus too. And so the Mercury will help us kind of like really think about what we want to plant, what we want to have come forward, like really put some thought and some oomph into it. And we've also got Mars and Chiron that are going to be in the mix too. And for those of you that haven't heard of Chiron, it's the wounded healer. So it's kind of like this pain in our chart that follows us from life to life, that we have a hard time trying to heal. It's like one of those things that follows us around. And when you've got Mars in the mix, the planet Mars, it's all about action and the body. So it's really looking for us to take this new moon energy and process it through our bodies and really feel it. You know what I mean? Mercury's there to also help us think about it, but really we got to feel our way through it, which is hard for me as someone who has a lot of air and fire, in her chart. Feeling things is hard. How about for you guys? Because I know, like Shannon, don't you have a beautiful watery moon? I'm trying to remember what sign your moon
I
is
have a
in.
Pisces moon.
Yes.
I'm a Leo with a Pisces moon and a Libra rising. And John's a Pisces with a Leo moon and a Cancer rising. So I said to people the other day, I'm like, he's just a big old ball of tears.
Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Victoria?
So I am just a whole bunch of water.
Are you?
A lot.
A lot.
I have
Yeah.
a lot of feelings, I've learned, how to deal with my feelings, but it's been a process. Most of us don't always get the tools to deal with big feelings and big emotions.
True.
And that was, something that was a part of my path, was learning to hold that space for myself and, show up for myself emotionally. And sometimes, honestly, it's still something that I struggle with, but I have a Scorpio moon, a Pisces sun, and then a Sagittarius rising.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So
We've all got that little pop of fire in our charts. I feel
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with the Mars in the mix and the Chiron, like I said, this new moon, it's a great time for setting intentions. It's a great time for doing manifestation work or doing rituals. But also make sure when you're doing that you're really thinking about how to make those things come to fruition and how to feel them through your body,
Yes.
right? Instead of just
Thinking it.
exactly, instead of just thinking about it.
Or
We're
putting
really
it on
being
paper. Putting it on paper can help you focus, but it's not feeling it.
exactly.
And that's a hard thing. Like, I will tell you, I always say, as a projector, I'm a shit manifester, because I think those two things just, they just kind of go together. It's just a thing. But I think part of it is that disconnect and being able to feel it.
Yes.
I'm just like, la la la, and then it just
Same.
goes away. Yeah.
Same, right? It's easy. I'm like, everything's fine. It feels fine. I'm one of those people that has to dig kind of deep to feel my feelings. I'm not great at feeling my feelings. And a lot of times they don't feel good in my body. So times like this, when we're being called to really like get into our meat suit and to feel our feelings, are not easy for everybody.
Yeah.
Us included here, because like I said, I'm not great at it. And trying to set your intentions coming up, what you want to plant, make sure that you really spend some time kind of with yourself, just feeling, not thinking, which is what I have a tendency to do, is to take it like out of the heart space and up to here and trying to process my problems through my head instead of my heart. And we're really being asked to try to process things through our heart. Em says, just a weepy Aries. That's why I thought I was a water sign before I found out. And she's heavy fire. Yeah. Yeah. I bet you're really feeling the Aries, all of the Aries vibes. And then we've also got, Uranus just went into Gemini. And we've got all of this other like exciting technology kind of stuff happening, all of this change, like pew, pew, pew. It's just going to keep getting faster and faster. All of these cool things, with AI and all of the new things in Gemini, because Gemini has to do with communication and it has to do with doing lots of things, hanging out with lots of friends, innovation. And then Uranus is about technology. So if we thought we've already seen a lot of AI, innovations coming along, we just have to buckle up, because I can't even imagine the things that we're going to see. Flying cars, who knows? For real, I think, like, seriously, I think we'll see it sometime within this transit. I know, wouldn't it be so rad?
They're building this thing, and I'm gonna butcher it all up because anyone who knows me knows I don't know jack shit about technology. It's just not my thing. I'm not a tech person. But they put in this like landing pad in South San Antonio for these like electric flying taxis that do like this vertical liftoff. And then they're really, because I'm like, where are you going to take a vertical taxi? Like, just seems so weird. But apparently, like the opening up business model is like, if you need to go to the airport, if you need to, but I don't know how the vertical taxis can fly around an airport with all the rules. Like, I don't think about the rules and the FAA and all that. John brought that up. Like, that was totally not me, because I don't know. But yeah, like, you're seeing that. And then there was flooding, and we have a lot of those like driverless Waymo vehicles.
Yes.
And somebody got swept away in a flood in San Antonio.
Oh my
And
gosh.
driverless cars. Yeah, so they recalled some of them, but like, I think you're spot on. We keep seeing more and more about these vertical taxis. They're like building this whole hub for it right now. And people are really trying to bring that in like this year, like super soon.
Yeah. I'm telling you that I think there'll be things that we haven't even conceived of yet, besides the flying taxis. Like, yeah, I'm excited about what it's going to bring too, Astro. Is it Elisa or Eliza? How do we say that?
Lisa.
Astro Elisa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm here.
Yay, Kimberly's here.
No, I'm listening. I'm laughing because I'm thinking I'm an Aquarius, and Uranus is my planet. It just moved into Gemini, which rules communication.
Yep.
Just fucked my shit up.
Did it?
Yeah, like,
Are you feeling wonky?
Yeah, you don't need to communicate here. You don't need a headphone. Like, I don't even
Right.
know with my camera right now. Like, I can't even. Okay. Anyway, I don't want to be disruptive. But,
no, we were just honestly just sort of like chatting just in general about all of the astrology.
Yeah.
And one other thing too about Taurus in general is, if you know a Taurus, if you're lucky enough to have a person with a lot of Taurus in their chart, or who's a Taurus sun sign, you know that they can be stubborn, of course, but that they're also phenomenally patient. And that's one of the things about, if you decide to do any work with this new moon tomorrow, be patient with yourself and go slow, because that's what Taurus energy is about. So go slower probably than what you're naturally comfortable with, especially if you're like M and your chart is all fire and, and you're always ready to go, go, go.
Burn it down.
Yeah, exactly. Burn this shit down. Try to slow it down a little bit and get comfortable in your body, get present with yourself, and then try to work with it. Taurus needs you to be slow and steady and patient and tenacious.
So, I'm thinking again, this is not about me, but everything that you just said, my moon's in Taurus and I have 5 planets in Sagittarius. So like everything you described is going to affect me.
Yes, yes. And skipping ahead a little bit, this is a rare month because we have 2 full moons this month. You know how they say something is as rare as a blue moon?
Mhm.
You know, they're called blue moons when you get 2 full moons in a month, and it only happens, like every couple of years. And so we've got one of those. And now I just totally forgot even where I was going with that. Oh, it's in Sagittarius. That's what I was going to tell you. The full moon that we're going to have at the end of this month, Kimberly, is going to be in Sagittarius.
So
Yeah.
it's just going to be a little rough for me.
It's going to be a little.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to order another headphones. This is almost sticking to my ear with super glue, but hey, you know
Oh
what?
wow.
I just super glued this bitch.
We do what we got to do.
Yeah, right?
That's
right.
Yep.
Well, thank you for coming so prepared, Nici, with 20 minutes notice. That was amazing.
I love talking about stuff with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here. So thank you.
I knew.
I know.
One's just looking at me like, yeah, okay, sorry. I'm just
So like it wasn't us, it was the damn chickens. We didn't do it.
no. This was hanging off of my headphones. Like that takes effort.
Yeah.
What? Like who? How? Yeah. I feel like when you're a bunch of moms get together and you're trying to have a conversation, but then there's that toddler that just keeps being extremely distracting. And
Yes.
every possible, that's me right now, and I'm so not trying to be that person.
Oh no, you're totally not. You're totally not. Like I said, we're just chatting it up.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Taurus moons in the chat, somebody said, which is nice. Yeah, apparently a lot of people on here are Taurus moon.
And that
I'm a Libra moon.
Taurus moon means it's in it's exalted. Is that the right way to say that?
Yes, that is.
What does that mean? I always
It
forget.
basically means that the moon really loves being in Taurus, which it's a place where the moon feels really super comfortable, which makes sense because, the moon is about fertility and emotions, and it's a little bit of what we'll call like a wet planet, meaning fertile is what I'm meaning.
That's
And
dirty, Nici.
I know I'm a dirty girl. I got fire and air up in my chart. But it loves being in Taurus because Taurus is also about planting. Taurus is a feminine sign. So like I was saying, it's more like an internal sort of energy, like the yin versus the yang. And it's all about fertility and growth, slow growth. Taurus is kind of like Aries is the spark, like our first breath. And then Taurus is like the physicality that we're wrapped in, like the body.
Oh.
And so, yeah. So the moon is really, really happy in Taurus. It's a beautiful place for it to be. It feels really good there as opposed to like, Victoria, if I can pick on you for a minute, you said your moon was in Scorpio, right?
Yes.
But you
Okay.
are a Taurus. You are a Taurus, right?
No, I'm a Pisces.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
No, you're okay.
Keep going. Okay.
Well, the moon is not as comfortable being in Scorpio, for example. And part of that has to do with rulerships. Like every sign has a ruler. And the ruler of Taurus is the planet Venus, the beautiful Venus. Whereas with Scorpio, the ruler is Mars, the opposite. So the moon vibes more with those feminine kind of energies that Venus has as opposed to Mars, which is more like action, go, go, go. It's the more masculine kind of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not as comfortable there. But in Taurus, it feels really good and luxurious and happy. M's laughing at me for saying moist. I'm sorry. I know, it's a gross word. That reminds me too, speaking of it being ruled by Venus, this new moon, anytime we're talking about something with Venus, it always is a reminder to think about your values because Venus is associated with the things that you value, literally, which is how it gets associated with money, right? Because typically you spend money on things that you value. But really, money is just sort of like an artificial construct anyway. It's really about like what is important to you. And Taurus asks you to really slow down and think about that. Like, what are my values? What's important to me? Because what's important to me may not be the same things, that's important to you. So you have to identify, what the values are for you that you want to grow, that you want to continue to expand on, and make sure that whatever that you do try to manifest during this full moon is in alignment with those values.
Yeah. And I keep reading and we keep all sending each other things about this new moon and how there are some signs that are just in really good placements for manifestation, but this moon is saying refuse to accept anything that doesn't feel exactly right, get out of
Yes.
stuck situations, only move into things that are comfortable and respectful and loving. Like this is a really powerful weekend,
It
right?
is.
Yeah. Okay.
Gonna be a lot
Definitely.
of breakups.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's okay.
gonna be a
It's
lot
not
of breakups.
aligned.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not aligned, and it's I may or may not have a foot in that game for someone in my life that I'm ready for that breakup.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah. Here comes the conversation, y'all. Not on here, but
Oh yeah.
Goodness.
yeah. Yeah, wow, this is cool. I know that people with a Taurus placement, maybe because of Venus, tend to, well, Taurus rules the lungs, and a lot of Tauruses I know are two things almost every time. Good singers are very musically inclined,
Yep.
and really good cooks.
Yes, exactly. Taurus loves those kind of sensual, and by that I mean using your senses,
Yeah.
not like sexy sensual, but those sensual kind of in the body kind of things, like you're talking about. Like they love singing, they love a good meal, being cozy, having a candle or a blanket.
Yeah.
Taurus loves all that. So if you do any new moon work, I would suggest maybe using like some rose or sandalwood, a nice grounding energy like that. Or you could do rose quartz, because again, we're talking about our values. Get you a soft, cozy blanket, really get in tune with yourself. And then visualize what your goals are and what your values are. And a good mantra would be like, my heart is calm, my mind is present, and my foundation is secure. Because another thing that Taurus really likes is stability, which is a great thing, but it can get kind of fixed and rigid. So that's also why, again, you got to keep checking in with yourself, because your values change, right? So make sure that what you thought your values were like 5 years ago, they probably evolved, and you probably need to evolve your values and thoughts too. So it's a good time to check in with all that stuff from underneath your cozy blanket and a little cup of tea this
Yeah.
weekend with your plants.
I said it wrong. Thank you, Astro Elisa. The Taurus rules the throat, so probably not the lungs. Maybe Gemini rules the lungs.
Gemini does. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I
Yeah.
used to know all that shit.
Yeah, and like you said, really great singers and really good cooks, because they like the simple, fine things in life. American is apple pie. That's Taurus. I'm gonna mute because my dogs are going crazy.
Okay.
Oh, good. No worries. I love that you just automatically went into like, maybe some journaling prompts around like values and exploring those kinds of
Mhm.
things. What kind of, crystals and even herbs to work with. I was gonna ask, like what would be a good like starting point for, maybe not a step by step of a ritual, but maybe starting points to drop
Com-
off of
Oh
and
yeah.
figure out
Comfort
your
based.
own kind
Yes.
of process. Yeah.
Like a simmer pot.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
it always, like, just smelling the smells kind of gets you going. And then this is such a good new moon for, if any of you work with candles, it is such a good mood for candle magic.
Thank you for saying smells. I'm going to share something when we're all talking about the conference. Sorry, total interrupt us here. Um,
I can't
yeah,
wait to hear about the conference. I think everybody else is excited too.
yeah, but that's, we have you
Like,
and then
okay.
Victoria, and I put up that we're going to do intuitive readings at the end of the hour, like in 20-30 minutes. So everyone listening, please, please, please ask us questions, ask us for information. You have 4 people here that are incredibly intuitive, and we all want to help. Okay, so get your questions ready. That's absolutely what this chat is for. But oh,
Don't growl at Timmy. Timmy's getting too close to her. She does not care for it.
I hear it.
You give her some space.
And then she
Give her
gives
some
you a
space.
kiss.
I know.
Yeah.
She's like, please, Mom, make him stop.
That's so cute.
It almost sounded like a cat purring for a second there.
She
Yeah.
makes the weirdest noises, like really weird noises. She makes this murr noise all the time. She talks to me in murrs. Murr, murr.
Aw.
Oh.
Sherry says she likes orange essential oils. Me too. Sherry, if you like, patchouli is a very intense smell, but
Yes.
if you pair lemon, orange, and patchouli, it's amazing. People stop me on the street all the time with that one. Yeah.
I love
Cool.
sandalwood. It's become one of my favorites, I have to say. It's pretty intense too, but I really like it. Especially when you cut it with something kind of warm like vanilla or
Mhm.
something else.
Yeah. I've started to look up the perfumes. I've always been obsessed with smells, which makes sense with the Taurus moon.
It
And
does.
I've started to look up perfumes that I loved wearing back in the day.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't want to purchase anything that's not like completely natural. But if you look up your favorite scents, it'll break down like the top note is this, the middle note, the bottom note, and you can recreate that with oils. So if anyone wants to take that idea, please take it because it's working really well for me.
You reminded me, Kimberly. I was saying my husband Keith, he has a Taurus moon too, and thinking about, the associations with smelling. It's one of his strongest psychic senses is psychic smell, which is
Yep.
really interesting.
So is mine. It's called it's called synesthesia.
There you go. So all of you Taurus moons in the chat, how about you guys? Have you noticed that you guys have like super sniffers? Do you have psychic sniffers? I call my husband like the psychic kind of bloodhound.
Yeah.
Be like, I smell this or that. I'm like, I don't smell a damn thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's so funny. Like at work, I'll just be sitting there. I'll just get these random whiffs.
Mhm.
And like, I know people see me, like I just perk up and I'm like, and then I just kind of like, interesting. And I just go back to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Pay attention to who's around you and notice if you pick up that scent when you're around them again. And then also when you pick up that scent and you're not around them, is it another person? Because I'm really starting to try to make sense out of this. I've had this I don't know I've had synesthesia my entire life, but didn't even know there was a word for it for a long time. It was one of those things that would happen and I would never talk about it because it was always something I was processing, but it was such an like unique but also solo experience that I wasn't asking other people if they do the same thing. I just thought it was one of my weird things that I do. Then I heard the term and then I heard other people talk about stuff a little bit. And then I had a very long conversation with ChatGPT about it. And it pointed out that mine is based in pattern recognition, which I thought was really interesting. And then whatever. So yeah, when you start getting those scents, pay attention to where you are, what's going on, but especially who you're around, because you might be I'm pick up on pheromones a lot. That was kind of my way into it. So that would actually be a real thing that I'm sensing, but we don't technically smell pheromones.
Yeah.
I think animals do, but I mean, maybe I do. I don't know. But it helped me. It put me in it. I put people into groups based on what I'm picking up. Not that there's no like not really personality traits or anything specifically about them that other than the fact that I just pick it up and I'm like, oh, that guy smells like those guys. That woman smells like those women, but there's nothing else attached to it. They just be, I just
Yeah.
pick it up. So then I was like, I think what I'm doing is picking up pheromones but I can do it for other things too. So if anyone else has questions about this, ask.
That's so neat. There's a bunch of super smellers in the chats too, I think, which doesn't surprise me.
I'm gonna go back and read it.
Yeah.
Cool. Where are you happy in your new job, Victoria?
Yes, I am. Sorry, I muted myself so
Oh,
I could
sorry.
fill up my water cup, and it wouldn't sound like I was peeing.
Yeah.
I always worry about that too when I'm getting water, and I feel like I have to say I'm not peeing.
Right? Quick disclaimer: I'm not peeing. I'm just
not peeing.
trying to hydrate. But
Yeah.
yes, I am loving my new job. So I have switched from like virtual, like readings and stuff, and I am now only doing in-person stuff.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's a tea shop in town, and that's where I'm at now, and it's just been an absolutely wonderful, magical experience, and I literally could not ask for any better place to be.
Wow. Yay. That's very cool. See,
Yeah.
everyone, you can do it. You can turn what you love and what you're good at into a real job in the real world and make real money.
Yeah, you
Yay.
You know, cozy in a little tea shop. It feels
I
very
know.
Taurus moon too. I like that.
It does.
It does.
Now you have to tell us what's your favorite tea there. Like I'm sure working in a tea shop, you probably consume a lot of tea now. Like what's
Yeah.
your favorite blend?
Believe it or not, we don't actually consume any of the teas because
You
it
just sell
requires-
it dry. Mhm.
Exactly, yeah,
Wow.
because it's a
Yeah.
specific type of licensing,
License. Yeah.
this and that, and just that's a whole nother ball of wax.
Okay. Yeah,
But
that's true.
so far, I think my favorite is it's a peach tea,
That's so
and
funny. I was going to say that.
it smells like peach rings. It is so mouth-watering. I get so excited anytime someone asks about it, or they say they like something fruity. I'm like, oh, hang on, I have something for you. I don't know a lot of these teas, but I know this one.
Yeah.
Yum.
That's funny. I had the same experience years ago with a company that wanted us to make our bakery to make something for his tea shop. And he brought in some peach tea. And I was like, I didn't even know this existed. It's like you're drinking juice, but calling them like peach rings candy is like such a perfect term. It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like so good. It didn't even taste like tea. It
Yeah.
didn't, it didn't. Yeah. So I'm with you on that. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've like I said, I haven't got to try as many of them yet, but I still have plenty of time though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
I like
Yeah.
peppermint tea.
Me too. Yeah, good like
Chai.
peppermint green tea.
Mhm.
Immaculate. One of my favorites, hands down. And
Yeah.
she blends all of the teas in house and comes up with all of the different tea blends.
That's
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a really, really cool place. It's like you step inside and it's low key like you stepped into like Diagon Alley in in Harry Potter universe. Like it's incredible. It's tea shop, apothecary, just all of the things that you could possibly want in one place. And it's so magical.
I don't know if anyone has been to downtown. Is it what? Let's see. Would it be downtown? No, it'd be down outside of Universal Studios. There's a really cool. I think it's a coffee shop, but it's decorated for Harry Potter. So it looks like an apothecary shop from the outside. It is so rad. You just made me think of that.
Oh,
Somebody
that's cool.
Somebody said y'all need a tea sponsor.
We would take a tea sponsor. That would be awesome.
We have
Right.
tea every night. We have one of those little kettles, an electric kettle, and they're
Yeah.
so handy. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
If you all haven't gotten one, you should totally check them out.
That's what John does, like the pour over coffee and all that.
Mhm.
And they're so handy.
They
Yeah.
are. I love
The
it.
mango ginger.
Yes.
Sherry just said mango. That sounds divine. I like all things ginger and all things mango.
Me too.
I carry around those chews. I always have those.
Mhm.
I
I love
Yeah.
those chews.
I recently
Ginger's
tried
really
mango.
good. Yeah, if you have an upset tummy, ginger's the best.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like the ginger lemon chews. Those are my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. Okay, so any other interesting astro things that you wanted to bring up?
Let's see. I made some notes, so I think I kind of touched on everything in an abbreviated way. And of course, we still have, Saturn and Neptune and Aries, Pluto and Aquarius. Oh, another good tip for tomorrow, last one, and then we'll move to Victoria, is just if you're not sure like where to start, what makes you feel comfortable or soothed, if you don't really have a thing, think back to when you were a kid. Like what soothed you when you were a child? What made you happy then? What kind of space felt safe? And try to pull in some elements of that. That can really help too, to help you kind of get grounded and feel safe in your body.
No, definitely. That's how I actually started like connecting with my inner child, was through connecting to things that, I loved as a child. So, like art, Sailor Moon,
Mhm.
different foods like mint chocolate chip ice cream or PB&J sandwiches, just things that, would turn any bad mood around I was in as a kid.
Yes.
Those really helped open the door to connecting with myself on a much, much deeper level. So I love that you brought that up.
I love that too, that you've done it. I think it's such a great way to help you sort of like reconnect with yourself.
Almost
We're all
definitely.
we're all busy running around, and you forget sometimes like to spend time with yourself and to nurture yourself, which is another good Taurus word. Take time to nurture yourself.
Has anyone else been obsessed with mineral baths lately?
Girl, if I had a bathtub, I would not leave.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I don't have a bathtub, but
You can soak your feet though.
I
That
do,
is
and I have those flakes, those magnesium flakes.
Yep. Yeah,
Mhm.
I have been. I my bathtub sucks. It's like a typical. We have a loft, but it's like a typical apartment where you're like the walls right behind your head, so you can't put a pillow or anything.
Yeah.
So a hack for that is go get a children's uh, inner tube, blow up inner tube like at the dollar store,
Mhm.
and that's a really good pillow. By the
Mhm.
way, I mean your hair will be in the water a little bit, but it works really well. Um, so that's what I do. But it's like I had to look it up. Like how many mineral baths is safe a week? You know, because I don't want to do too much salt, but I'm
Yeah.
obsessed. Like I bought a huge thing of the ancient mineral flakes, and I already have spray bottles for it, but I haven't even been using them because I've been taking so many baths. And then at Whole Foods, I picked up a bag of lavender Epsom salts, and so
Mm.
it smells so good. It's super fresh smelling, and so I put that on top, and yeah, I just go in, lay in there for like 30 minutes. I have to like reheat the water at least 2 or 3 times. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love lavender. It's one of my very favorite herbs, I think.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm.
Astro Lisa said she's been going to the natural springs in Ocala. Yes.
Jealous.
I
jealous.
know.
Yeah.
Right?
Shannon and I had the pleasure of 2 different. Oh, you guys got water too. So we had water from 2 natural springs on our trip.
We did. It was awesome. And
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but Sunfire Goddess, are you hydrating again? Because it was dry. Like, I mean, duh, it's Arizona.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, whew. Every time I would go out, I was just like, everything, all the moisture just went out.
when I would drink water, it wouldn't even help quench my thirst.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how
Wow.
dry it was. Yeah, my nose was bleeding every time I blew my yeah, it was whatever.
My
But
goodness.
aside from that, it was great. It's just something that we would have to adapt to. And it's a little kid's inner tube, so it's like this big. It's like a donut shape. And if I put my head, if I put the bottom of the donut underneath my neck, it keeps my head up. So that's how I'm doing it. Just so you get a visual, because she commented,
Yeah.
I'm not putting myself at risk in the tub. Hey, quit bragging, John. Say hello.
John he has his whole setup. Like John has this little thing that goes across the tub,
Mhm.
and he puts his phone or his iPad on there.
Yep.
John watches like reptile YouTube, like as John's do, and like takes his salt bath.
Yeah. When
It's fun.
Forrest was little, I put a 2x4 or something across the tub. I swear I fed my kid every night in the bathtub, because it just made more sense. Like, you're going to be a mess anyway, so
Yeah.
he would have his like, he even ate like spaghetti and it was so funny. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I'm totally with you on that, John. Like, full setup. Like, we don't need to leave this environment until we're just done with, like, the hot water has run out or something. I'm all in.
Yeah, my baths used to be. My parents used to have like this big, luxurious bathroom with this just absolutely
Mhm.
gorgeous tub, and so I'd bring my crystals, my incense,
Mm.
a book if I felt like reading, a journal maybe, and I would just be in there until I was done, and it was
Yeah.
it was a whole experience.
It's really funny that you brought that up, because you just reminded me, I did this whole manifestation. We're going to be moving sometime, I'm going to say, like, in the next 6 to 8 months. You'd think, as a psychic I'd know a little bit better, but I'm getting that. And it's depending on my business partner, is inheriting a wonderful, like a huge amount of money, and which is fantastic, like super rad for her, for everybody. But when you inherit money, you have to, no, it's not even inherit. They sold something that was originally going to be trusted to them, and now they are receiving money. So when you receive a huge sum of money, you either have to immediately invest it in property, or you have to there's a few other things, I don't even know, banking stuff, some type of investments, right? Or you can keep it, but they're going to tax you 40%, which is
Yep.
what? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Right?
Yeah.
so she is and she's going to purchase something, but she only has 45 days to do it. Who set all this up? Like, this is such a messed up, like, situation, right?
Yeah.
So luckily, my gay bestie is a realtor, and the moment that money hits her account, they're just going to be, drinking coffee and looking for properties. So I keep telling myself, okay, the universe has one job. It listens, right? So I just keep repeating, like, I would like this, I would like this, like this. And none of it is like super fancy or anything. There's just things that, like, ideally, this is what I would like. And so what you just said reminded me, I think, like 2 nights ago, I really tapped into what our place used to look like when I was growing, one of the places we lived in when I was growing up. It was so ideal. And I kind of knew it then, but now as an adult, it's like every single thing you would want, but just in a small situation, right? Which we don't need a lot. So this can't just be California, but everyone knows what a townhouse is.
Yeah. Of
Okay.
course.
Okay, so it's usually a row, and they have upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah.
So my parents found this townhouse that the kitchen had, it was big enough. Okay, so it's like an ideal situation for checking off the box of everything, but it's still affordable because it's not huge. So they had a garage you could pull into that was attached to the house. The kitchen was fine. The living room wasn't very big. Who cares? But the bedrooms were amazing. So when you went upstairs, literally there were only 2 bedrooms and a hallway. In that hallway was a full washer and dryer. We love that. There was a little balcony. Cool. Didn't look at anything exciting, but still nice to have because then you could open the
Yeah.
double doors right there. So my bedroom and then there were high ceilings up there. So I had high ceilings in my bath. I didn't have a bathtub, but I had a shower and I had a skylight. And then in my closet was this huge, weird space in my wall, like I guess for storage, but you could literally sleep in it. It was just this like cutout square, which is great for storage. But my parents' bedroom had a fireplace.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And yeah, and then when you went into the bathroom, it was really big. It had a shower, but then it had this humongous jet tub like
Oh,
built in one corner. And so
Yeah.
I like went through the whole thing in my mind and I was like, there we go. Maybe we could just move back into that because I would be happy for the rest of my life. It has everything that I would want. And it would still square footage. It was probably like maybe 1050 or 11.
Mhm.
I mean, it wasn't that big, but literally everything that you could ask for,
yeah.
So
Yes.
that's what we're doing. That we are manifesting all these cool things. The only thing is I don't want carpet. Like, ugh, don't give me carpet. But we
You
can
can always replace it. You could
Yeah.
rip out carpet
Pull
and
that
fit it.
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
And my business partner's husband is a Finnish carpenter and runs these huge jobs. So they're like every vendor we would need, we have access to. And
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yay. Tomorrow, do your manifestation work,
Mhm.
Kimberly.
yeah, thank you for the reminder again.
You're so welcome.
Yeah, pretty soon I'll just be I'll be
Did you say-
podcasting from the side of my jet tub.
We'll just see bubbles. Bubbles
Yeah.
all around you.
This isn't weird, right? You just hear the water in the background. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's so
We used to
funny.
have a bathtub too, and Keith used it more than me. Kind of like it sounds like John might use yours more than you do, Shannon. Like Keith loves a bath, and I'm like, no, I'm not a bath person, I don't think. But he loved it. He would stay in there till his skin pruned up too, and he had to add the hot water and add the hot water
Mhm.
hours.
So it's interesting because that's when a lot of people say like, oh, astrology, you can just read stuff into it. But like I have 0 water in my chart and I'm obsessed with the bathtub. And like
Taurus moon.
it's a Taurus moon. So there's a really good argument that
Mhm. Keith has the Taurus moon too. So there
Yeah.
you go. He loves the bath.
in the hot tub. We all sat in a hot tub at the end at last night in Sedona. That was an oddly shaped hot tub.
It was a weird hot tub, but I
Yeah.
will tell you, that was the best night of sleep I had the whole time we were there.
Yeah.
I was like, and we had to get up, like, and go to the airport and stuff. But I was like, I feel fantastic.
hmm
I've
It had
got one
a
of those blow up hot tubs, like the camping ones.
Oh, we used to have
And
one of those. We had one.
I love it so much.
I want to put
But
one of those
it
on my farm.
died. Yes.
Yeah.
Mine
make
died. The last
blow up.
one lasted longer, but yeah. So I'm like, I need a new one. I need another outside water bath option.
Yeah.
I told you I was at the Del Mar Fair. It's just this whatever. It's like a big once a year with like every vendor for everything, right? And they had these hot tubs. I don't know what they were made of, but I could pick it up with one hand. But it was a full size, like solid object.
That is what I'm gonna start looking for. I'm like, this is what I need.
Yeah, maybe they're 3D printing, and this was a long time ago. So I'm guaranteed there's better things. We'll just call this the bathtub episode. Like,
Right.
I have a foot bath thing that I have at my farm, and sometimes at night during the summer I'll plug it in and just sit on the steps into my RV on the deck and just soak my feet. Like that's a really good recharge, for everybody that doesn't have access to a tub.
Yep, that's my saving grace here. It's my
Yeah.
little foot bath. It's nothing fancy. It's really just like a bucket. But you know what?
Well, you're a Pisces, or you roll the feet. You roll the
there you
feet.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Astro Lisa mentions Aquarius is the water bear, which is true. But Nici's an Aquarius too,
I am.
and not a big fan. So
No, and I have like the only water that I have in my chart at all is Uranus and Scorpio. It's the
Yeah.
only water planet I have, and of all things is in Scorpio. and
Yeah.
it's Uranus. So yeah,
So
I'm a little weirdo.
yeah, like deep dark, weird fantasy.
I got a lot of deep, dark, weird shit. And it's in my
Yeah.
4th house, right at my root. So yeah, I'm fucked up.
Right at your home center goodness.
Yeah.
So the hot tub had a water feature, and I've never seen that with a hot tub. I mean, maybe I haven't been exposed to a lot of things, but I thought that was interesting because the water coming back out of that was warm. So that was an interesting.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can we circle back to, I hear you guys correctly? Did someone say like an inflatable outdoor hot
Mhm.
tub? That's a
Girl,
thing.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's
That's a
amazing.
thing.
Okay.
And
I
they're
know.
not that expensive and they really
No.
work.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I need
It's
to.
made. I had a Coleman one.
That's what
And
we had.
Yeah. And my motor crapped out, but I think it's my wiring outside. I don't actually think it was the hot tub. But yeah.
You do need one of those. You need like a 200 amp or whatever to wire it. So that is a consideration, or otherwise, like you can keep tripping the breaker.
Yep.
Just-
That's what John said. He's like, yep, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he just put in there a Rubbermaid cattle trough and a heater and a pump.
There
That's
you
how
go.
you make like an outdoor pond. So
Mhm.
I'll just be in
Oh,
there
just do
with
that.
plants. Yeah.
Get an outdoor pond and
Right.
drop it in the ground, and it already it's set up for it. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We
My only
actually
thing-
looked at converting one of our ponds into like a swimmable pond. And we brought
Yeah.
this guy out. We paid this man, and then he disappeared. And then he came back again, and then he still disappeared. And then he refunded us our money, but you put these plants in there that filter the water,
Mhm.
and then you can swim in there if you want. And I was like, okay, that is like fantasy level stuff. I want to look at that, but we had no luck with him. And then because the universe doesn't screw you over always, it's just like it needed to tell you something else. Our pond started leaking. The clay on the bottom is all cracked. So it's actually just we're fortunate that we did not go that route because it wouldn't have lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah. The universe helped you dodge a bullet big time because that would have been
Absolutely. Super
Big-
expensive. Yes.
big time investment. Yeah. Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the idea of those. And I would absolutely love to have a pond on the property, especially one I could, swim in. But I have geese and ducks, and they make any water messy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And we have wild ducks, wild turkeys.
wow.
And in one of our ponds, we have a bunch of turtles. So that one's really cool. Like John moved them a big log down there for their pond. But yeah, like our ponds that we have, you are so right. I would not get in them. And when the dogs get mud paws from the ponds,
Yeah.
it smells like ass. Yeah.
Mhm.
And they have to be immediately washed.
Mucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? Yeah, because why does pet water smell so bad every time you change it?
I don't know, but man, it does.
It does. It's a thing.
That's not a great topic for a live, but like, what the hell?
I know.
That's where we ended up.
Yeah. I mean, even the dog bowls, I periodically have to wash them with soap and water like every few days because
Yep.
they just get that gross film,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
slimy.
That's water just.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, my quail water, I change it 2 or 3 times a day. Like I have a few different water things in there, and every time I dump it out, I'm like, why does this smell so bad? Because it's going in fine. Like,
Right.
what are you guys doing?
Doing there.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, I have to sign my kid out of a program, and I'm like, I had to switch it to Friday, Saturday, Sundays for this clock in, clock out, and I'm like, perfect. Every single Friday, it's going to happen at 5 p.m. while I'm live. I'm like, whatever. When nobody here claims to be professional, so that's okay. You can look at your phone while you're on a live. Like, I don't know, still lame.
Oh,
Okay,
I like
well-
that Sunfire. Sunfire Goddess had water flowing next to their cottage and slept great.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because y'all were in I forgot where you told me you were. You got an Airbnb right outside of Sedona, which is a very cool. So that's a really good idea. Um, I've looked into that because it's 20 minutes away from Sedona. Like you can get really good rates. Did you like it? Did you like your cottage, Sunfire? We stayed at Sedona Pines Resort. I cannot recommend that place more. It's very dated. It's like 90s, early 2000, and you don't. It's like nostalgic because of it. It's so cute. Big pool, the jacuzzi. The jacuzzi is almost shaped like a weird hand. Like now that I'm thinking
Right.
about it, it
Yeah.
literally was like this. It was just odd. I've never seen anything like it, but it was great. It was a little, like John pointed out, it was a little hot, but it was great. And then there's a mini golf course and like live music. You know, it's interesting. We got a text while we were there telling us that Stan's Like Bear was going to be performing that night, and he was at the conference with us. I don't think he got on stage this time, but he's one of the people that comes to the Team Light conference. He's rad. You know, I think he did. Okay? I'm the person that was putting people on, helping people get on and off stage, but I just don't remember him actually being up there. That he was in the
There
back.
were a lot of people. I
Yeah.
mean, it was a very packed agenda. Like there was just a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
As a family, we all fell in love, and I don't know the man's name at all. Can't remember. I know some of the
Brad
names.
Olson. Brad Olson.
Antarctica Man.
Brad
We-
Olson.
like
Yeah.
all of us were like, we love Antarctica Man.
Yeah.
We
I
would
got
like
him. I got him there.
Yes.
He was one of my
He was
yeah.
so good. Like he would be, Nikki, this would be some stuff that you and Keith would thoroughly enjoy. So if anybody hasn't seen him, he has a thing on Amazon right now because I think we're gonna pull. He had something on Amazon that Zach found.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I've been listening to him for years. He's been one of my favorite speakers and researchers for a very long time because I'm kind of obsessed with Antarctica. And if you just type his name in on YouTube, there's a ton of conferences where he stood up and given talks. He his name's not going to come to me right now. Someone that is really well known on YouTube. He's a okay, don't try too hard because then I'm just going to sit here not saying anything. Alex Collier. He and Alex Collier will talk to each other. Brad's been on Danny Henderson's show many times throughout the last few years as a guest. He has a lot of content out. He's an author. He has a bunch of books. I have 3 of his books here. He talks about many other things as well. But if you want to learn about Antarctica, he's definitely the one. Also, we're going to look for somebody. If anybody in the chat knows of a content creator that talks about the Templars and
Masons.
the Masons, we want to have somebody on that can talk a lot about that. I was thinking Jan might. You know how Jan was Jan.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I was thinking she might, and so I'm going to ask her, but she's going to come back like in a month because she's taking her niece and nephew to Paris.
I would like an aunt like Jan. That sounds
Yeah,
awesome.
me too.
Jan's awesome, man. Like she's so cool. And I messaged her back. I was like, dude, you would be an incredible person to travel with because she just like you would see things through her lens in such a different way that she has so much knowledge about world fairs and of course it just went out of my head, but like all false history. She's got it. She's got it. But yeah, Brad Olson he was way more charismatic this time too. I was happy because when he was in Bastrop, it was kind of a like
He was a little dry.
well, he wasn't as friendly, you know, and it's like when you really want to meet somebody and you're really excited, and we met him in Vegas and then he comes to Bastrop and I was like, huh, I thought you were different. But his personality came back with this one. I'm not talking shit. I really like him.
He's lovely.
I made a really good connection with it's the Earth Arc group. So anyone that's been to the conference or follows Team Light, I'm sure y'all do. Issa is works with them a lot, and then her partner. See, they all have different names for their Instagram stuff, so it's hard for me to remember. But they're involved with this group too. So they've been on digs in Mexico, where it started out where they were in Mexico. I think Issa's from there, and they befriended small people in the small towns, and then once they gained their trust, they were allowed to join them on some of these digs. And so I met another part of that group because she was set up there and had the most incredible artifacts. So she's going to be coming on. If you all are interested, most of you here are interested in ancient archaeology. Her name's Pamela, but I'll tell you the name of her Instagram account is so these are letters, AIT.TRI. So it's AIT.TRI, and you'll see artifacts on there. She's super interesting. She's going to come on, and then she said one of her friends or somebody, I don't know, somebody that she's involved with just did an episode on acid for squares, which is a very big podcast. Came out of nowhere and all of a sudden had all these like really important people on, like Bashar and everybody else. But one of the podcasts, it's a married couple. The man is the son of Dean Snyder, who was Twisted Sister, the band Twisted Sister. Only half of you are going to even know what I'm talking about with that. But yeah, so
That's cool.
yeah. Yeah, anyway, if you guys are interested, look up AIT.TRI, and then you can look into way more information about them. And she'll be on either I have her booked for the 20th. Hi. I have her booked for the 26th of June, although it might move. And if our friends here in the chat, if you all have somebody that you think would be a really good guest or you want to hear more of or whatever, like just send me their account, because 9 times out of 10 when I invite somebody on, they seem interested and show up. So I haven't run out of all the people in my contact list, but the first group of interesting people that I reached out to that I already knew all accepted, and you've met them all. And so now I can either dig deeper, but I'm kind of liking new people that, we don't know yet. Like, and then they all fit so well. Like Christine's coming back, and yeah, so we have a few people returning. Molly's returning. Victoria's back, so. Although we have barely let Victoria talk during this entire episode.
It's okay. I've been up since like 7, so is okay. I promise.
Okay. All right. Well, did everyone here think of something to ask us? Because we can switch into the reading, the intuitive part of this. If our friends here have questions about anything, it really doesn't matter. Yes, Lily. No. So you guys, we can talk about the conference, but I want to give y'all a chance to ask personal or not so personal questions that we can answer for you as well intuitively. Free readings. I'm offering free readings.
Yeah.
Take advantage of it. We're all here.
And
right
Victoria is shuffling, so now is the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Shuffling means it's the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Lily Nova, we'll get into it, is amazing. Like, she's one of those people where you're like, rad, good. You're a good, authentic, real, nice, like good vibe. Not everyone there felt like that. Lily Nova was awesome.
What kind of tarot deck do you use, Victoria?
So I actually have a couple.
Yeah.
So I have a little like starter deck.
Get the
Just
dog.
funsies that, is kind of my like generic one that I use. And then I have this is an Italian deck. It's the Sorcerer's Tarot. I call it my Sauron deck because, like, I mean, come on. You can't tell me that's not Sauron from Lord of the like that's like obvious, like duh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I also have a beautiful Greek deck, which I just absolutely
Ooh.
adore. The illustrations are
Wow.
just absolutely incredible. So yeah, it just
Uh,
depends on what I feel, is needed.
Right.
Y'all ask your questions and I'll pin them and save them. I'll save them to bring them back out for the intuitive stuff. So ask away. And yes, Lily Nova would be a really good guest. You're right. Yeah, because I have Tyler, her boyfriend's number. So that's a good idea. I think we'll do a girl panel like they did at the conference.
Oh, that would be fun.
Kara, you're nursing and you're quietly watching. Thank you. Okay. We can start with Astro Elisa, since when you're ready, I'll read you her question.
Oh yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, I'll put it up here. Okay, so Lisa's move to Sedona keeps getting pushed back. Now she's looking at September. Very disappointed. Any thoughts on that energy? Thank you. I think it had something to do with the grid. Did anybody else get a visual of a grid?
Kind of. I got more of like a calendar. Like it's just not. The move isn't unaligned. It's just not perfect time yet. And it's not. The delays aren't a bad thing, right? Like sometimes things don't go the way that we would prefer them to, but in situations like that, it's usually because it's going to work out even better than anything you could ever anticipate. And the setbacks can be very frustrating. It's a very normal human thing, but sometimes you just got to go with the flow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is going to make sense in September. So I think it's
I
like
think it's going to be cheaper. Like I keep getting that this is like a cost thing, and that it's going to be cheaper in September.
yeah. Maybe what that's telling you is okay. So June, July, August. So that's only 3 months between now and September. It doesn't feel like it. Isn't that crazy? So
That is.
in those 3 months, the car that you want to draw, the inexpensive car or the new car, whatever you want to do, is going to appear. A better job offer is going to appear. So maybe somebody needs to move out of something that's going to be ideal for you. Somebody's going to finish a job, or they're going to move and you're going to take their job. It's one of those things where like things need to be things that are just going to be so much better for you are going to take off and make room for you, make space for you, right?
Yeah. Like the puzzle pieces just haven't fallen into line perfectly yet. It's close, but it's just not. The chessboard isn't totally set just yet.
That's a good way to say that.
Mhm.
Yeah. And we always, like in September, you're going to be like, oh, this all makes a ton of sense. So just remember, there's only 3 months. It's only a 3-month different change. Now that might have messed you up where you're staying, and I get that. But it's aligned. Something is, it's like some stuff is going to drop in that you weren't expecting, and it would have been a lot harder to deal with that on the road or in a new place than it is. Like it kind of feels like a few little, not bad, but like a little bit of unfinished business that you need to take care of, which is going to be a lot easier where you are right now. So what are you getting with the CODs?
A lot of the things that we've touched on. So the delays, the fear of that instability, and just not being on super stable, solid ground, and a lot of like fear being up in your head, kind of anxiety, ish energy. Yeah, a lot of stress, feeling overwhelmed, and almost a like fear of this isn't going to work out, kind of like fear of the new beginning. Um, and like Kimberly was saying, you know, it's going to make sense in September. Like you're going to have that star card moment where you're like, aha, I see. Now it all makes sense. I was just being a little impatient.
It,
And you know what? That's totally okay. That's a perfectly human response. Okay. So
I,
don't beat yourself up, you know, for feeling the things that you feel. It's okay.
it
You know?
feels like a big relief. Like September actually feels like a huge sigh of relief, not just because it's happening, but because, oh, this all makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. A renewed sense of hope that, oh, I can breathe now. I am here. Everything finally makes sense, and this this is going to be much better.
Yeah.
Much better.
Well, and there must be, like you're on your family's property. It almost feels like there are still a few things that you're going to get from being there. You know, like if a portal were to open or a, you know, an energetic vortex or something, your purpose there just isn't finished yet.
Yeah.
And, you know, and it's so easy to read into that, but that's what it feels like. You know, like you're I say it every time. At any moment in time, look down, draw a circle around your feet. That's exactly where you're supposed to be. I don't see anything negative. It just waiting only being forced to wait only makes sense when you're finally able to act on it. So I hope I don't know. It'll maybe there's a few things that you kept saying, I'll deal with that when I move. I'll deal with that when I move. Now you get a chance to deal with it before you move, which is going to shift you into a different version of yourself, which is going to bring forth some stuff, which is going to get rid of some stuff that you were not dealing with yet. Like you want to move because you want to be at your highest version of yourself in your highest timeline and surrounded by people that really get you and you get them. And that's coming. That's totally, absolutely still coming. But there must be something that you could still get rid of before that happens.
Yeah.
And that, you know what I mean? You don't bring any old business with you, I guess is what it kind of feels like.
I was giggling because she said, hopefully not a hurricane this summer with laughy faces.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I don't think so. No.
Shannon, did you get anything?
No, I just got that it's going to be cost effective and that I think some things, you know, you were talking about transportation before. I think that's all going to work itself out and you're going to have a much clearer picture of how you're going to get there. And then, I mean, I also keep thinking that you may connect with someone's there. So when you go, you're just not going by yourself. Like you will meet someone in the interim there that you're friends with. And that always makes a move easier. So I would be on the lookout for answers to your transportation question. And then maybe join some online Sedona groups and you'll meet some people that like when you're there in person, you'll kind of have a built-in friend group.
That's a really good idea.
Mm-hmm. Very good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Sedona is very small, but there are a lot of people there. And this gives you an opportunity to, you know, find something like this, you know, before you leave.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Okay. Right on. Okay. I have 4 questions pinned here. So we're going to go to Emily, who says, I have a question. Will my dog who passed on be returning again in this lifetime to me as a dog?
I got yes when I read the question.
I have so many things flashing, like images and symbols and stuff flashing. What do you, Nikki? Do you get anything on that?
Yeah, when I read it, because I read it as it came up, and I got an immediate yes in my gut when I read Emily's question.
What do you think, Shannon?
So mine is weird. I get a yes, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't a dog like cat or, well, and my little dark princess just walked in. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't like a Shiba mix, because my Shiba, who John calls her a cat in a dog shaped body, but I get a lot of like feline energy to him, and so maybe it's going to be a dog that is kind of like Kichi and has some feline dog together, or like my son has a Maine Coon and it's like a dog in a cat's body.
Yes, they are.
Because I keep seeing a dog and a cat, and maybe it comes back as both. I mean, pet energy. Miss Bell was a little Chihuahua. Now she's in a big dog body. And then, while we were at the conference, we lost our dog Kenji, the one I've talked about that had liver issues. And Kenji made it very clear that he is not incarnating again. He is living with us energetically. He says, to hell with Earth and all the shit that happens to your body. Like, and me,
I knew you were
like, he is very like adamant. He's like, I'm not coming back. Just, I'm here,
Me and
but I'm
Kenji.
not incarnating, right?
Yeah, I'm like,
So-
please, dear God, no more.
But I see a cat and a dog. That's what I'm like, closing my eyes and I'm trying to. So I wouldn't be surprised if the same energy didn't come back twice, or in some sort of combo like a Shiba that has both traits.
Em said she used to joke with Rosie, who I'm assuming was her dog, that she thought she was a cat. So it sounds like
Okay,
she
that
had
makes
very-
sense.
Mm.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
I got an interesting. So first, I got that you were going to find them. Not. You're like at least 6 to 8 months away from this, if not longer. But you're going to find them at the animal shelter that you volunteer at. But before that, you're going to meet an elderly man that you're going to end up becoming friends with, because you genuinely enjoy being around them. Like they're kind of be kind of funny, and like they'll say funny things and they'll tell you funny stories. But you're going to have this opportunity to have a bond and like a friendship with this man who actually is going to have parts of, like, I don't know how you would. It's not like your dog as a person who already exists. It's like facets of your dog will be able to come through him, and you'll be able to enjoy this relationship with them that you never had when they were in an animal body, and won't in the future when they're in an animal body. So there's this short moment in time when you're going to have this like really beautiful friendship that's only supposed to last a short period of time, and that's why they picked it this way with this person. And then in the future, you'll have an opportunity to have they'll make a return, but I think it might feel different. Like it'll feel familiar, but different, because you'll have, I don't know if you could say improved, but you'll have altered the soul relationship that you had with them originally, because you're going to have this opportunity to actually talk to them.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really, that makes a lot of sense. Because at first I got no, and then I got yes, and I was like, what do you mean no and yes?
I know, same. Cat and dog. Yeah.
Yeah, dog,
That-
no, yes.
That makes sense. Yeah. I got the, similar kind of vibe of like, no, not at first. Eventually, yes, but not immediately. And I like how you described it as being able to explore the relationship in a just totally different capacity, because now both of you will have the ability to articulate and communicate back and forth. It's
And it-
not, it takes the nature of the connection takes on a totally different dynamic when it can be expressed equally through both parties
Well,
versus
it brings
Yeah.
it into a much easier way to communicate So we get so much from our pets, right? But we
Mhm.
can't. They understand a lot of what we're saying, and we can certainly have like a psychic relationship with them. But to
Yeah.
actually have a dialogue,
Mhm.
like in the that you can trust because it's in the present, in the real time and space. So when they do come back again, the dynamic's going to be very different because you were able to accelerate it with this brief friendship that's going to feel so familiar, which is really cool. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
never ever that's concepts never like come up in my mind before. So
Yeah.
I mean this is new information to me too. It's really cool. Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah. Oh my
Is that
God,
Izzy?
amazing.
Wow.
Yay!
Yeah, if anyone cares, of course we care. Izzy, that's absolutely fucking amazing.
Yeah, it
Yay.
is. Like,
Yay.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. That's
Good for
amazing.
you. Everybody can do this, and so you are authentic. You are. That's amazing. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was looking for the emojis, when I'm in the chat, I can do like hearts and party horns and know that I'm sending them to you, Izzy. You just can't see them.
Wait, can someone? What did Easy say?
She beat lung cancer today.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
full
huge.
full body chills. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Welcome to the chat, Izzy, and we're really happy to have you. And we are so incredibly grateful that you chose to stay here and beat something that is one of the worst things that exists in the Earth game. And good for you, man. Like, so rad. No, it's okay. No, drama. Go ahead. Doesn't matter.
Yay.
This should be dramatic. This is
Yeah.
It should. Yeah. Fuck
I
yeah.
lost
Yeah.
an aunt to lung cancer many years ago, and it's so difficult. It's one of the ones that's a miracle. Like it just
Yeah.
is. It's very, very hard to come out of that. So congratulations.
Yes.
Happy
Wow.
new birthday, Izzy. Happy new birthday.
Yeah. This is the 15th, May 15th.
Wow.
A bunch of fives are important to you then, because this is 515.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I
Wow.
got it when I was 9 due to smoke poisoning, and I'm now 13.
Wow.
Wow.
Smoke poisoning. So like secondhand smoke or something you were
Like a
exposed to?
fire? Maybe exposed to something in a fire?
Smoke poisoning. Okay.
I mean, I'm guessing. I don't know.
You are supposed to be here and you're supposed to be doing really important shit, Izzy.
It's all right.
Yes.
Like you started out strong. Like
Yeah.
the rest of your life is going to be amazing. When you start out doing that, you're the
Yeah.
rest of your life is important. Everybody's life is important, but you got some of the scariest stuff out of the way so young. So moving forward, you're going to trust yourself. You're going to believe in yourself. You're going to have confidence. You don't have to fear things, the unknown, as much because you've gotten it out of the way. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yay. Well, we're happy to have you here. Sorry about all the cussing. That would be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't mind my manners here.
Okay. Yay. Yay. Yeah. Stay with us, Izzy. That's awesome. Okay. We are going to go to the next question. Is everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay. I have a question. Going through stuff at work, I think I will need a job change. Are things going to get better soon? And what can I do to protect my energy in the interim?
Right off the rip, I got an absolute heck yes of needing a job change. 1000%. I don't know if you're dealing with someone who it kind of feels like the whole thing is just toxic and unhealthy. Like it's not just one aspect of it or one person, but just like the whole thing is like a
You're
no.
spot on. I know too much to comment on this one, but you are spot on. The whole thing is toxic. One may call it the evil empire.
Oh goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
get out of there. Run for the hills as fast as you can. And in terms of like things you can do to protect yourself, first and foremost, I would highly recommend practicing energetic sovereignty. This is something that I had to learn also with a very, very toxic job. Because the thing is, we get so accustomed to just dealing with it and accepting it. We inadvertently, by being copacetic with the stuff, the bad stuff, we give our power away because we are stepping into a role of submission by just accepting things as they are. So for you, I definitely recommend doing some kind of reclamation of your power, whether it's, I would do a daily practice. So before you leave, like you are in your car, or I'm assuming it's a place, a physical place you go to and you commute back and forth, but in your car before you leave the parking lot, close your eyes, ground center, and reclaim your energy from this place, from all coworkers. You can get as specific as you want if there are particular individuals who are especially trying, and play with it. Make it your own. It doesn't have to be how I tell you to do it, but the key things you want to hit is revoking access of the job itself, the company, your boss, your coworkers, revoking all access to your energy that they have, pulling all of the energy you have given away back. That's going to help you tremendously. And again, it has to be like a daily thing before you leave the actual parking lot, to start to sever that connection. And in terms of like protection going into it, there's all kinds of different protection practices you can do, whether it's a meditative thing of, pulling Mother Earth's energy up through roots that you use to ground into the earth and creating like a bubble, a sphere of protective energy, or you can just go with like an egg of white light that goes around you. And anytime you have an interaction at work with those lovely individuals, because every time we have an interaction with someone, we're exchanging energy back and forth. Okay. So anytime you are done with an interaction, like literally, you're talking back and forth, you turn and you have to practice this disconnecting from the connection and severing that exchange of energy between you and them. Again, lots of different ways you can practice this. My personal favorite and kind of like the most practical, because you're kind of in between things going back and forth, I will just tap my chest and say disconnect, 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 disconnect as many times as you need, and then call your power back if it's especially draining. But in most cases, you can get away with just tapping your chest and saying disconnect, whether it's out loud or just in your head. That's going to help you tremendously. You can also use Florida water or any kind of like grounding essential oils that you prefer, to help you establish a like baseline of this is my energy, this is my unmesswithableness that you can't touch, these are my boundaries, and I am rooted in these boundaries. That would be my best recommendation to you.
Woo, God, go Victoria. She went off. That was awesome. I love that. Everything you
Thank
said
you.
from start to finish. Fabulous.
I have learned from my own toxic workplace environment, so I already knew. Been there, done that, have the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like M's too. She's like, you can say something like, your energy stays with you. My energy stays with me. I love that too.
Yeah, that's the simple one. And again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's anything that resonates, and you can take all of my recommendations as just that, recommendations, and use them as a starting point to figure out what works best for you.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Yeah. I think Victoria was like, I got you, girl.
yeah, we don't have to add anything to that.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Okay. Whew, good. Okay. Take those to heart, because we absolutely are horrifically programmed to believe that that you're even supposed to work 8 hours unless it is something that you love so much that it feels like you're your best version, right? Which is rare for work.
Yeah.
And then to be miserable while you're there. Like that is not why we're here. So you know, definitely protect yourself and put it out to the universe that I am attracting a new situation that feels so good, and I'm respected and I'm loved and I'm wanted, and I'm able to contribute in a way that doesn't have blocks, that I don't have to censor myself or
Dim
reduce.
myself.
Yeah, dim myself, reduce myself. Yeah, like do all that. And then the universe has one job, it listens.
Mm.
So
And
I
that's
got
it. Z is an amazing human. He's crazy smart. Also, if any of you get any galactic origins on him,
this is Zach.
please share.
Is that
Because
Zach?
no, this is Z,
Okay.
and he is married to my cousin Nick, and I love them both dearly. And he is very interested in his galactic origins. I'm anxious to see what everybody else gets. I'll tell you what I've been picking up, but I'm like, I'm not a first incarnation person. I'll pick up somewhere you've been, but like, John Knapp goes straight to like, okay, you came from here and you started here. That I don't do. I can just at least pick or feel one of your incarnations usually. So if anybody gets anything galactic for Z, chime in.
Alpha Centauran I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but that is for sure one of the lenses that you're looking through in this lifetime. I feel like it's probably the last place that you were existing in with your tribe. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, because
You are like
Alpha
Alpha
Centauri is,
Centauri people.
yeah, and horses. There's something about a horse. I was going to ask if you're a Sagittarius. Horses are really a big part of it, huh?
So his grandfather came through last night, and I'm like, your grandfather has, I can't tell if it's a horse or a mule, but it's hoofstock, and he's very proud
Yeah,
of this.
yeah.
And so his grandfather raised donkeys and horses. But it was so weird because the horse came up last night. And we were just texting, like not even anything intentional. And I'm like, hey, there's this young lady
Yeah.
here. I believe she's your aunt. She passed when she was young. And she kept telling me there was something about the name. And I'm like, there's something about a nickname. Did another relative take her name? Because she passed at like under 3. And then the lady his grandmother had another child later, named her the same thing, Leonore. And I know. And so
No, I was just going to say Lily, something about a lily. That's okay.
Yeah,
wow. That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you're spot on with the horse thing. It came through yesterday too.
So you can't make this shit up. Like you and I didn't talk about this. Yeah.
No.
But you and I have the same, like we have the same brain when we read. It's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, look up the Alpha Centauri constellation. Look up the group of people that come from there. It is it's not, I'm not going to say military, like hardcore restricted, but maybe it's like proud, like you said that they're proud of okay, let me say it this way. The dedication and the hard work that goes into the important things in their tribe. They are very proud of but not in a like a negative egoic way.
I'm
So
getting like mastery vibes, like self mastery, like they're proud in a like healthy,
yeah,
confident kind of way of how,
because they put in the work.
yeah.
Yeah. So when
Hmm.
they show up, imagine in some, fantasy movie or series or whatever, and different tribes are showing up, they're known as like the really well put together. They have these beautiful horses that they ride in on. The horses are all decorated. I'm getting like, my body's getting like totally energized up right now. Um, they really think about, like, they want everything to match and it just presents well. They present well. So that's something that comes through this. I don't know anything about the Alpha Centauris, but presenting well, being received and appreciated for your hard work, not in like a needy way or needing approval. But like all of that is dismissed. It's like you show up prepared, you show up ready, you've done the research, you're here to be an asset. And if you're not appreciated for all of that, you're gone. So I don't know if any of that feels like the life you're living now, but that is what it feels like to me.
Are we still on was this all related to the last question about work?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I can't see the comments, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah. I took the comment off because it was covering you too much. But yes, so we okay.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
then the next, we have too much going on in this one little screen. So then okay, so I think we gave Z one hell of a reading.
If I could add just one
Please,
last thing.
yes,
Okay,
please.
you have an incredible opportunity coming up with recognizing just the level of toxicity and accepting that it's time for a change. This could not be timed better for you with this new moon in Taurus. Because again, remember, Nikki was talking about it's all about your values. So instead of looking for just any job, and I don't think you would, settle for just anything, but I think it's incredibly, and I feel it's really powerfully aligned with this new moon to come to this realization, because this is an opportunity to sit with what values do I want to have my workplace, my business, my, whatever it is you step into, but, what values do I want the company to embody? And this is your opportunity to really sit with that. What are my values and what values are aligned with this next job, this next company, this next role that I step into?
Yeah. And there is I don't know what the term for this would be. Sometimes we get this. Let me explain this a different way. Okay, so no, so Zia said that we're spot on. The fact that you are very prepared and that you are an asset and that you come to be of assistance, like you just show up. I don't know. Okay, I think you experience a lot of irritation. Let me mute her. Hold on a second. I think you experience a lot of irritation when people don't appreciate you for what you have to offer. And that's, again, it's not an egoic thing. It's almost like, why isn't anybody else as prepared as I am? Because it's an ethics thing. It's an authenticity thing. It's not a brag. It's not the school you went to or the money you have, or it's not materialism. It's, I live a certain way because I have integrity and I show up ready to participate and I have a lot to offer. And I think you experience a lot of like, you walk into a room thinking that you're going to have a lot in common with the people that are in there because it's something. And then you end up always feeling like you don't have a connection to any, like when am I going to finally find a group of people or a job or a community where it feels like everyone else is genuinely putting in the same effort that I am. Don't shrink from that. Okay? Don't feel guilty. Don't think that you're too much. Don't think that your bar is too high, because it's not, because there's nothing about you that I'm getting that is based on feeling like you're better than other people or feeling that you judge other people. Like we're all human, we do that, okay? But you're really good at pattern recognition and being prepared for every situation that you enter into, because you feel like I don't want to waste anybody's time. I don't want anybody to waste my time. So continue to do that. And then when you start to, even just now, because we're talking about this and you're acknowledging it and it feels right, you'll start attracting more situations into your life that are going to feel like you belong, and you're finally finding it. You're finally getting that community. You're finally finding that job. Your relationship feels better. Everything's going to start to improve because you're going to start to give yourself a little bit of a break without reducing the genuine effort that you put into almost everything that you do, that you set out to do. So, okay, I'm done.
Well, and sometimes, unfortunately, the only way for us to learn what we want is by experiencing the things that we don't want. And it's not always like oh, I just don't care for that. Sometimes it has to be like really intense toxicity for us to be like, absolutely, heck no, never again will I allow myself to settle for these things. Like, these are my absolute boundaries and hard no's of things that I am not ever going to settle for ever again. You know, I mean, again, kind of sucks in the moment, but good teaching moments.
Yeah.
That was
And
my
when
whole first marriage, Victoria. Whole first marriage.
Well, when we learn the lesson and we break the cycle, it never repeats.
Exactly.
It shows it's like pain in the ass a little head every once in a while, and as long as we're like, oh hell no, we learn the lesson. So
Mhm.
I remember that. No. Yeah.
yeah, okay. Well, we've already had y'all here for 2 hours, so we're gonna go to the next question. There's only like 2 more. Okay, so pinned. Sorry, I have such a lag and delay on everything that I'm doing here. It's just part of it. Like, even I see myself like a robot, which is very familiar, so I don't care. But so everything that I do, for some reason, when we stream, slows down. Okay, so there is here we go. Sorry. Space Cadet. Okay. Esther. I have a generalized reading on love. What is next, or what is coming back? Anything or anyone coming into my energy? Shannon, what are you getting?
I'm getting there's already somebody in your life that you're curious about. And I mean, I read that and I'm like, wait a minute, there's already somebody there that holds interest. Can you comment and let me know if that's so or not? And if it is so, then I think that you're supposed to approach that person. Like, I think this is a flip in the switch kind of thing. I don't think that you have ever pursued a person, but yeah, I feel like this is someone that you already know. They're in your life some way and you're interested in them and you have to take the reins and pursue it. That's what I got. Just go. Do the thing.
Yeah, I agree with Shannon 100% because I got it's around, but it's not fast moving. So
Yes.
it's one of those, if you want it, you're gonna have to go and get it kind of a thing. Which, that's totally okay. I've made the first move many a times. It just there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, but okay. So I believe it's Esther. Does this person feel like you're choosing them because it reminds it? Is this a pattern or a cycle that you're trying to break and you're mad because you're attracted to him? Because I feel like this is tying you back to something in your childhood. And Victoria had just recently made a video about this. That what did you say? If you're attracted to somebody,
Yeah. It was the the partners that you attract and the partners you are attracted to are both directly connected to your unresolved childhood trauma.
okay. So the image that I got
Yikes.
was you, Esther, in a dark room, looking back. Like I saw you looking back like this, and I saw a mirror on the other side of you. It was like a beautiful old full length mirror, and you're floating between how you were taught to love and be loved and some abandonment issues, and looking at this person and getting some satisfaction of like wish fulfillment on something that you shouldn't be doing any longer. So does that am I even in there? Because I'm not saying this is a bad person. I think what I'm saying is you are trying to satisfy something that you're supposed to be breaking. And when you break that, you will then bring someone in that is going to match this new unblocked energy and all that you have to offer. And relationships are supposed to be easy. Relationships are soul recognition, fun, kind, reciprocal. You shouldn't have to work really hard. You shouldn't be embarrassed. You shouldn't hide parts of yourself, and you shouldn't shrink. And this person might bring some of that out in you. So,
Esther said there is someone hard times.
yeah.
So
So
I'm
if
not
that,
sure.
I think this is good. So if you're interested in someone and they remind you of an old pattern, run away. But I'm getting that there's someone else and you feel like you shouldn't pursue them, but they're not like the person you were just with. One is similar to somewhere you've been and one is different. Do the different one.
yes. And sometimes the different one feels, I'm not boring, okay, but almost like when we experience, I don't know if this is right for you, but I'm going to assume because so much of this is coming in. When things are rocky when we're young, and there's so many versions of that. What that teaches your central nervous system is only if I'm yearning or panicking or controlling or needy does it feel like a relationship. And so what we're saying is if any of those things are being triggered in you by this person, especially the tough times, it's because you're just hitting repeat on a record you've already played. So, or I don't know what's the most common version of that. It's a record. And so
An old song.
yeah. So you don't need to hit repeat anymore. You've learned it. Okay. The only thing repeat does is it protects you. But your ego is designed to protect you, but not but we use it the wrong way. Like you're not about to step into a fire. We're not cavemen anymore. So your ego likes to step in there and protect you and tell you it's okay. You already know this so well and you
Right.
already recognize this, and this already feels like this false
Familiar.
version, familiar, this false version of love, this false version of belonging, um that you're supposed to work really hard to get approval, like all of that. No, none of that is true. It's just unfortunately things that have happened in the past, and this could even be a concurrent lifetime, because I feel like I'm right, but I'm not exactly right. Like I think there's stuff that maybe is so personal that it shouldn't be brought up. Totally okay. But moving forward, pick the one that might seem like kind of boring, because there's no arguments. You're not sensing the argument. You're not sensing the chasing. You're not like all that stuff. No, pick the one that actually helps you balance your central nervous system, and they're going to surprise you.
Yeah.
They're going to surprise you in ways that you've never had this before, So I don't
And
know.
that's the thing. Like once you let them know it's okay, that's why I keep seeing you like initiating. Then you're going to see part of them that you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Cool.
That'd be cool. Come back and let us know. So
Yeah.
we have a few new people in here. Awesome. We do readings. Like Victoria does her own readings, and then Shannon and I do readings together. And if y'all want Nici there, we'll make her show up. So
She will appear.
she
Like
will.
in-
That's right.
Yeah. If
I'm
you want
magical.
2 Aquarians for the price of 1. So if anybody wants a personal session, you can request one from us, or from you can go to my website. Easy to go to my Queen of Swords for Hire. Go to my Instagram, click on Stan Store. It'll take you there for readings. And then Victoria, do I have your? I'll put yours back up now. Oh no, I don't have it on here. Victoria, type your handle please into the chat. Because if you want more very in-depth information, and our readings go long too. Like I've never had anybody not happy with all the information that came through. So if anyone's seeking that, please reach out. But in the meantime, I just got stay safe.
Tiger Paw, you may have been friend zoned.
Well, if you feel like a girlfriend, it's because they feel safe with you.
Yeah.
Too, Tiger Paw. Oh, you're welcome, Esther. And we're on every Friday, and you can always ask. Even if we have a guest on, you can ask a question. We'll answer at the end. Okay. But thanks for bringing it up. And you're on a journey, but it seems like you're on a precipice where you are becoming so aware of the things that you want to change in your life. The only reason we don't meet someone is because we're blocking it. The answer is always you.
Yep.
So if that relationship isn't happening or whatever, don't put a face on it. Don't put a choice on it. Just focus on yourself. I'm ready. I've done the work. I'm being honest with myself. I'm looking at myself with self-awareness. I understand my boundaries. I have love to give, but I'm not going to give my power away. Just focus on those kinds of things. Thank you, Emily. Emily says it's nice to have you with us here tonight, Esther. Okay. All right. So the next one is Sunfire. I guess we'll just talk about the conference next week. Okay. So Sunfire, I connected with a Zuni elder. What do you feel about our connection moving forward? You connected with a Zuni elder in real life is what I'm getting here, right? Okay. Or did you connect with a Zuni elder in the ethers? Can you just clarify that one?
This is what I keep seeing. And I think this is sort of like, I think all of our connections, at least I know mine, ether wise, are like going up and intensifying. In real life too. I mean, I will tell you, without turning it into a discussion about the conference, like meeting Kimberly in the physical for the first time, we're all like, okay, it's like we've known her forever. And it was just like, and it was everybody, like the whole group. And we're like, it was wild. and I got to see Sunfire in person.
Mhm.
Was Sedona the first time that you guys met in person,
Mhm,
Kimberly and
mhm.
Shannon?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And Miranda
Yeah.
and Rebecca and Zach. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Zach and Sean
Yeah.
and Amy.
Got to meet the whole crew.
Yes. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay,
Okay. in real
Sunfire
life.
said this is real life. She met a
Okay.
Zuni elder in real life.
It's
Yeah.
funny on these kinds of chats. You have to be like, wait, hold on.
Right.
Clarification. I felt real life, but then I was like, wait.
That's what I thought
It,
too. But then I
it, go,
thought, well, maybe not.
it goes deep. But so
Yeah.
then because I picked up on questioning that, it goes deep, deep, deep. Do you have like are you on your journey right now? Are you seeking guidance in a shamanic way? Because this person could be someone who teaches you to see things in a very different perspective. Things that common, normal things that are just part of your life. This relationship with them, just experiencing time with them here and there, it doesn't even have to be that much. They're going to open up something in you that's going to help, like take you back to the beginning. So instead of going through your daily life in a way of, I have to set my alarm. Okay, these things I have to set my alarm. I have to go through traffic. I have to go to work. I have to pretend I'm enjoying conversations with a bunch of people that don't believe what I believe. So you're going to start to see those interactions for what they are, and you're going to step into a higher consciousness a lot more, which is you already do that. So like a lot more. And it's going to be a very soothing and peaceful experience, because there's going to be a lot of like, oh, okay, yeah, that, oh yeah, you know what, oh, you know what, I forgot, I've been thinking about that for a long time, but I've never really brought it forward and applied it. There's going to be a lot of that, because when you are reminded of who you are, and then you start yourself remembering who you are. So I feel like this person might actually be kind of like an activator that is like, wake up, you're woke, right? You're already awake, but like wake up even more. And now I'm going to bring you back to your purpose. And now you're about to see your whole life through this lens of purpose and intention, and like beautiful soul recognition. And it's going to make a lot of things that just don't fit so much easier to accept, because you're going to remember none of this matters and everything matters. Oh, he invited you for a shamanic cleansing.
Very cool, Sunfire.
Nailed it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. That's ego. Okay, good. All right. I'm gonna and then y'all. Okay.
I got mentor right off the rip, like most definitely 100% yes. And you've definitely been kind of questioning, not really super sure of what it is going to lead to or the nature of the relationship, but it's definitely like a mentorship. He's showing up as the King of Wands, and at the bottom of the deck, well, I also got Hangman, and bottom of the deck I have Judgment, which is awakening, changing perspectives. Like this is a connection that is only going to expand you even deeper than you already are. Like this is next level type stuff.
Yeah. Yes. Nici, go in hard in an Aquarius. I'm going to tell it like it is.
For Sunfire?
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that it feels like a mentorship, and I don't even know if you'll be part of like trying to get back some kind of artifacts, like to the culture. Repatriation is a big part of what the Zulu people do. And so I don't know if that might be part of what you're going to do with this person, but I do feel like they're going to be a very important teacher, mentor, guide for you. and maybe even pull you into the shamanic path, you know?
There's some. It's interesting that you say like artifact or bringing stuff back in. There's something with an eye on it, which I mean, you can't walk through anything spiritual without something with an eye showing up. But there's something with an eye carved into it, and it looks like a light, maybe jasper, which I don't think it is, but like a lighter stone that's kind of like beige but has like veining in it. And then I see this eye carved into it, very simplistic. And that's on something that you're going to use or you're going to find or be given. And that is going to be like a rite of passage part of this. I don't know. Okay, Shannon, what did yeah, Zuni. Yeah.
Sorry.
I think
Zoom.
you're going to connect with your Zuni people, and it's going to bring you back to your tribal connection. And I think that that's very interesting because you've always felt drawn to tribes, but you've looked at like you've looked at it in a more basic thing as just being attracted to
Indigenous.
the feeling and the indigenous and, you know, the land traditions and the way of being more. But I think this is going to connect you to exactly, you know, the same thing everybody said, a mentor and maybe a shamanic journey of your own, like into a new facet of what you do with people.
It really feels like it's going to lead you to feel more like you understand yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bunch of pieces are going to fall into place and it's going to be way easier than you ever expected. And a bunch of things are going to make sense, and thoughts that you've had for years that you didn't really even think about or bring out into like full processing are going to all, it's going to be very soothing, and it's going to be very a lot of aha moments, but they're not dramatic as much as they're like, oh dude, I have fully stepped into who I am. Like, I remember this, I recognize this, and going forward, these are the first thoughts that come through when I'm dealing with something. Like, I don't get triggered by that stuff anymore because it doesn't mean anything. You know, like you're being reintroduced back into a really powerful version of yourself.
Yeah, it's like a refinement of your natural gifts and abilities, like a
Yeah.
honing. Almost like I saw, like, you know, you have the stone that sharpens the blade, like it's refining you and sharpening your natural gifts and bringing you back to who and what you always were and have been.
And you're doing all this, not him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like,
And-
it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you're going to be activated by him, and it's going to be a result of this friendship and relationship, but you are doing all of this. Like, he's going to open a pathway for you to find your way home to yourself again, and that's what's really cool. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so I had to Google to make sure because I didn't want to say anything incorrect, but they have a sun face god, and you go by Sunfire Goddess.
Yeah.
I don't think that's an accident because I'm like, wait a minute, the Zuni people have this huge sun connection, and they have their main deity, and they make jewelry, you know, in this shape where it looks sort of like what we think of as like a headdress, and then it'll have like a middle part, and that's their sun face god. And so there's this sun face and snake eye jewelry that they make that is very intricate, and there's a lot of silversmiths in that tribe. But the sun repeating, Sunfire Goddess, Sun Face God.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely not a coincidence at all.
And he uses lapis lazuli and turquoise for eyeballs on his animal fetish carvings that he
Yeah.
makes.
Well, you can just
you saw the eye.
yeah. You should really congratulate yourself, Sunfire, because him showing up in your life at this point means that you have really stepped into, you've done the
Moved,
work,
yeah.
you've accomplished a lot of soul growth and self-awareness, and you're stepping in, you're ready.
You're ready.
Yeah, because he wouldn't appear if you're not ready. So
That's right.
that's
Mhm.
super cool. Okay, right on.
Yep.
Woohoo.
When the student is ready, the master appears.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
So cool.
Okay, that was our. I thought about that too. Okay, so that was our last question. But Izzy did mention earlier. We were asking about the smoke stuff, that her dad smoked marijuana near her. He's in jail now, and she got better, and it's going to be amazing. So
Oh,
that really feels karmatic. Like that feels like some kind of repeated
Soul pattern.
soul pattern where, in my experience, when a mentor, a parent, or someone of authority over you makes you sick physically or mentally, it's because they're keeping you from becoming who you have the potential to be. And it clearly didn't work. So recognize that we all are gods. We are all creator gods. We're all in control of everything that happens to us. And when you overcome something that's impossible for many, you absolutely need to acknowledge how powerful and beautiful and wonderful and wanted that you are here, and that you have a very important life purpose, and you have a tremendous amount of wonderful ahead of you, and you never have to repeat that. So we can thank our teachers, because they do really good. They're horrible very often, and they do great jobs, and that's a contract that we designed when we got here. And another version of you never cured themselves, but you cured yourself. So, and yes, there might have been, of course, there might have been chemo or medications or whatever it is, but you cured yourself because you decided that you are not going to let something choose your path. You chose it. So good for you. That's rad. Yeah, congratulations. Okay. We've had you guys here for 2.5 hours. Do you want us to talk about the conference next week? I would assume so.
I want you to talk about the conference next week. I know nothing about it.
Okay. Yeah, because this was a really funny comment that Sunfire made earlier.
that is funny. That's cool.
What was it? The first night you walked like
over 26,000 steps. So
Oh my God.
I believe that I'm sure it looked like I was teleporting. Yeah. I
don't think I've ever walked 26,000 steps in a day in my life. Like the whole time I've had one of these friggin' watches that counts your steps. I don't think
what's crazy, and last year it was like 22,000, because I have a thing on my watch, right? But what's crazy is that it's inside one building.
How did you manage this many steps?
She's like this.
Yeah. It's when you are doing something that you truly love, it's exciting. It's like energetic. I do way better when I'm moving, like if people want to hang out, I'm like, hey, let's go for a walk, So, well, okay. So my job, and Shannon, when she was,
I dipped out after my dog died.
I wasn't. I wasn't trying to say it like that. I meant
no. But I mean, I did. Sunday, I'm like, I need to go to nature.
Yeah.
And we vortexed.
Well, okay, but y'all were also there for your vacation too, and I told you in advance, like at any time. Plus, your whole group helped us over and over again with the most random shit that like really helped. So from putting together things for the Crystal Skull meditation to helping serve lunch, like everybody that came with you was amazing. But my job is, they call me clipboard, and other things too, but I won't repeat that here. And it is literally to introduce myself to, my job is to get people up on stage and let them know, like, kind of about 30 minutes out when, and then let them know if they're going over. And the rest is up to me. But I'm a networker, and I've been doing events for a really long time. And so I would always go up and introduce myself to everybody and let them know that Shannon and I were there if they needed anything, and, just helping. A lot of it is getting messages from backstage to the front of the house, to the back of the house, to the front of the house, to the back. So that's ideally what my job is. And I'm so excited when I'm there. I love it. I absolutely love it. I don't notice, except for that I got blisters on the top of my toes, which from shoes that I've had for a long time. That was a little weird, but that something has to give, in that many steps. But I'm a spaz, really. That's what kind of, if there's
No.
one word to
She knows
describe
where
it.
everything is. Don't let her fool you. Like, I would put Kimberly in charge of anything I ever did. Okay, you have to do this thing. She is in charge.
Yeah, until somebody starts arguing with me, and I don't argue. So then you just get, and I just dip. But yeah, but we will definitely. Okay, who's coming here next? Sorry. So Shannon, our friends are sharing their condolences about your puppy. I'm
Thank
so
you,
sorry
thank
that
you.
happened.
Yes, Kenji Benji. And it was, I knew that little shit wanted us to be gone.
Yeah.
I knew it. Miss Bell did the same thing. And my really dear friend Gio and my sister-in-law Carolyn were with him. And, John and I got to FaceTime, and, Rebecca and the family, we all FaceTimed with him. But he, for those of you who don't know, my dog was born without 2 lobes of his liver. He didn't have a gallbladder at all. He had like a lot of congenital defects. And so it's really a miracle that he made it almost 6 years. But he was just such a sweet boy, and we miss him dearly. And, and I know it sounds weird, but he was very adamant. He wants to remain with us energetically, but he does not want to incarnate. He was done with that. And, we're all still, working through it because it's such a big part of your family. But yeah, I was like, you put us in Sedona. You chose to do this when we were in the most spiritual place, like one of the most spiritual places in the country,
Where
in the
you
world, really.
can't hide from what you need
You
to go
can't
through.
hide from it. Yeah, and it was just like, so that first night, I'll tell this story and then I'll shut up. That
No.
first night, John connected with him, and he made fun of John because here at Air House in Texas, we can hear coyotes all around. And so John has very strict rules about the dogs. Nobody can go outside to go potty after dark because coyotes.
Mhm.
And, it's sort of a joke here at the house because the other dogs will go, like, we have a space in front that has, protection. It sort of has like a little wall. And everybody else will kind of go there, but Kenji would not. Kenji, there's no way. He did not want to go there. He would just wait. And he was making fun of John for, he was like, as if I needed protection from the coyotes. Like, look at me. I did not need your protection, and was sort of like laughing at him. And so he said that on Friday night. Well, then Saturday night, instead of going to the dance, because, we just did not feel like dancing at that point, we decided to go to Bell Rock, which is an energy vortex. And so we got there, and it was beautiful. We took our shoes off. We did what Rion said on that Saturday in that last session, like, take your shoes off, put your shoes in the ground. And so we're like in the red dirt, and I'll say this wrong, it's the Taurus median shower, the Taurids.
Torrids, yeah.
Yeah. Was going on. That's sort of a slower meteor shower.
Yeah.
But Zach caught a shooting star, and I caught the tail end of the shooting star.
I did too. Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, I wish for Kenji to show himself. And I didn't think anything about it. And, we're all standing out there. And then all of a sudden, we were completely surrounded by howling coyotes, just like howling their brains out. So many coyotes. They were so close. And I mean, there were, I guess, 7 of us. Yeah, 7 of us out there. And so it was just an undeniable, these just howling, howling, howling coyotes. And I'm like, well, there
your
he is.
sign.
There's
Yeah.
their sign. I asked, and he brought it in like a very big way.
Oh,
So it was, I mean, it was beautiful.
They were honoring him.
Yeah.
If ever anyone here is looking for love, just channel I want to be in a relationship like Shannon and John. Just request to John. Like, not to embarrass you, John is so amazing and so loving and kind
He
and
is.
smart, and like you're in such a healthy relationship, Shannon. I'm so happy for you. So
Thank you. And I was not before. I sucked at this before.
Yeah, we all,
yeah.
But it's what Victoria said. I learned what I didn't want.
Yep.
dude, we got some karma out of the way in this lifetime. That's for goddamn
Heck
sure.
yes. Heck yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, but yeah, it was like you kept saying, this is not the vacation I planned, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it was what I needed. It wasn't what I wanted,
know.
but and he chose so beautifully, because I mean, you're in Sedona and there's all this energy and there's all this, just your physical sensation is so on fire and attuned. It was really the most beautiful place to be.
Well, and you're encouraged by every single person you're around to be yourself and to feel what you
Yes.
need to feel and experience what you need to experience. And so it's a very like nourishing, without being creepy or uncomfortable, none of that.
Yeah.
There are a little few, but like it's like it, like, okay, so what we were saying to Astro Lisa, until it happens, you don't realize that it was supposed to happen like this.
Yeah.
So, all right. We've been on for 2 hours and 16 minutes, which is not unusual, but I feel like I need to release y'all, or we need to. We could keep on talking. Okay, so next week, y'all come back. I reached out to this guy that just goes by Experiencer. He's young, full of energy. He's had a bunch of like really cool experiences, and he's going to come on and talk to us about that. So next week is going to be very alien, which is very exciting. And then it just keeps getting better and better after that. Christine's coming back the week after that. Molly's coming back. Then Rebecca is coming back. I have one weekend open the 19th. If there's anybody that y'all want to, I could maybe plan that one as the girl panel. Shauna and Rion just arrived in Maui today, but I don't think they have anything else going on, because we would need Shauna on that, probably Barb. And then on the 26th, at the end of the month in June, I have the initials that I put in the Earth Arc anthropology person. And then Jan will probably show up after that, because we definitely need to talk about the Templars and all of the like really trippy Masonic shit. I love that stuff. Me, Myself, and I is not on any. She jetted to go to a hot tub, ironically, but I think she might know a lot about that too. So I'll ask her if she knows anybody good.
Excellent.
Tiger Paw said I needed this. We all needed this. Tiger Paw, thank you for being part of it.
And Sunfire mentioned somebody named Johnny Enoch.
Oh, Enoch. Yeah.
Know about Templars as well.
Okay. Okay. I need to not say anything until I make sure this is the right person or not. It's really trippy in the spiritual community. You would think that everyone is here for the right reasons, but when people finally get to the top and they just they really get what they've been chasing, if they didn't do it with the right intention, it blows up when they get there. and then they ruin all of their relationships. And I don't want to say it was him, but I think it might have been him. So, I'm not, I don't like to talk about other people, but I think that, so anyway, I'm going to shut up now.
You crack me up.
I know, I'm like, stop. Well, because there was some weird shit that happened at the conference, and I will talk around it. Like, I'm not going to tell you a name, but I'll tell you what I experienced. But that'll be next week. Maybe we'll start with experiencer and then save the second half for the conference, or maybe we can just do a separate one completely. I don't know. Okay, everybody. Victoria, thank you as always for
Of course.
your incredible input that you always share with us, and your cards and your insights. And Nici, hell yeah, thank you for showing up and educating us on the stars and contributing and being funny, and yeah.
Thank you. I always have a blast with you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's always an incredible time.
Okay. Sherry, you said he interviewed him in 2025. Okay, then hopefully that's not the person I was thinking of then. Okay, good. Because, okay. Everyone, thank you. We love you. This would not be anything without you. This tribe means the world to us. And thank you for also just letting us be ourselves, and all the mistakes and foul language and,
Dog barking.
yeah, we're not going to change those things because it's part of real life. And this does feel like an amazing Zoom or video chat with your friends, and that's always what it's going to feel like. So thank you. John says thank you, Victoria.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you for your good questions. And you all know how to reach out to us. If you want to book a session. If you want to ask questions, you can use our Instagram social media to ask questions. And cool. Everybody hydrate. Take care of yourselves. Love yourselves. Write in pen and paper tomorrow what you want, because strong manifestation vibes, and really tell the universe, this is what I want. This is what I want in my life. I'm attracting this. I am absolutely deserving of this. I am willing to work for this. And but it also needs to feel easy. I want alignment. I want central nervous system control, balance. I want to sleep well, and all of that will happen when you're at your highest version of yourself. So yes. Okay. Love you all. Thank you. We will see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.